actually half of the side of each thing.
Oh, because it's bisected.
It's bisected, okay? And this angle measure. These are the things that we're going to be using to find what we need. Now, we may be given the radius, and we can always figure out this angle measure. Because if we know the number of sides, then we take 360 divided by the number of sides and then cut it in half. Okay? Or what's a shortcut? If you take 360, divide by the number of sides, and then cut that in half. Right? Okay. I don't want to put a bunch of formulas up here. I'm just trying to get you to think. This. Because if I take 360 and divide by the number of sides, it's going to give me this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to have to cut it in half. Well, half of 360 is 180. So you could just say 180 divided by the number of sides, and automatic, you've got that angle. But just be careful. I don't want to put formula upon formula upon formula, because then you're memorizing formulas and you're not thinking.
And that'll tell you how much of the length of the side.
No, you'll have to use that to find the length of the side, or you may be given the length of the side.
Well, central angle is equal to its arc, right? Was that an arc?
There's no arc.
So if you did 180 divided by 6, your answer is whatever. What is
Right.
that? Okay.
It would just be 30. So in this case, this would be a 30-degree angle,
Okay,
which means I'm dealing with a 30, 60, 90. Okay? All right? Now, how do we put it all into use? This is the formula for the area of a regular polygon. The area is equal to 1/2 times the apothem. Now, when I say apothem, you should be able to visualize what that is on the picture. Times the perimeter. What do you need to know to be able to find the perimeter?
One side.
You need to know the length of the side. Okay? Okay. So, just like we did with the last area sections, always start with your formula. Because if you're given the perimeter, why go about finding all kinds of stuff trying to figure out a side when you already know the perimeter? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So we're going to write the formula and then say, okay, what do I absolutely need to know? All right, now let's do some examples. We are going to look for the area of a regular octagon that has a side length of 4. Okay, so this is how we would start. We would draw our octagon. We would identify the center. Okay. We're going to draw a radius, an apothem, and since the side is 4, because the right triangle is what I'm focusing on here, right? I know that that little angle is 2. Not angle. That little piece of the right triangle is 2. So if area equals 1/2 apothem times perimeter, I don't know the apothem, and I don't know per se exactly right now the perimeter, but could I figure it out with the given information?
yes.
Because an 8-sided figure where all 8 sides equal 4 has a perimeter of 32. Okay? So I need to figure out what the apothem is. Don't have enough information right there. What else can I figure out? This angle. I can figure out this angle. How did we do that again?
180 divided by side.
180 divided by
So 180 divided by 8. All right? $22.5 degrees. Okay. Now, I can't use the Pythagorean theorem. I don't have 2 sides. I can't use special right triangle information because it's not special. How can I find the apothem? By the way, do I need to know the radius?
No.
No, I just need the apothem.
That's the
Tangent.
tangent, yeah.
Tangent. I'm going to use my tangent function, where the tangent of 22.5 degrees is equal to the opposite divided by the adjacent. All right, well, we talked about this. How do we manipulate it and put this in our calculator?
Divided by
Okay, so we're going to find 2 divided by the tangent of 22.5. I forgot to hit tangent. All right, now listen to me carefully. When I get the apothem, that's not my final answer. So to try to get my final answer as close as possible, I'm telling you, anytime you get a decimal answer and it's not the final answer, round it to the nearest 100, which means 2 decimal places, okay? Then your final answer will round to the nearest 10th. So I have 4.828, so that would be 4.83. Or you can just keep the whole thing in your calculator and just multiply by what's needed. That'll get you the exact answer. All right, so when we multiply, we have 1/2 times 4.83 times 32. And we'll round this answer to the nearest 10th. I have 77.28, which would be 77.3. But you're going to see with all of our shapes, when we're finding area, this is what we need. Okay? Unless it straight up says your perimeter is 10 and your apothem is 5. Okay? Then, which that would be impossible. But anyway. Okay, let's look at another example. We are going to look for the area of a regular pentagon. Now this time we're told that there is a radius of what? 10. So when I draw my pentagon and I draw my radius and my apothem, this is 10. Okay? All right, we can also find this angle. How would we find that angle?
180 minus 5.
Not
Divided,
minus.
divided.
Divided by 5.
180 divided by 5.
36.
Okay? Now, to find the area, I need the apothem. And I need the perimeter, which means I need to know a whole side. Okay? So, can I find the whole side, like in one step? No, I'm going to have to first find half of the side and then double it. Okay? And we're not going to round before we double.
Because it's half.
Okay, so, and I can't use Pythagorean theorem because I don't know 2 of the sides. I can't use special right triangles because it's not special. All right, so let's start with the apothem. What function would find the apothem for me?
Same sign.
Cosine.
Cosine.
Adjacent and
In regard to the 36-degree angle, you have your adjacent leg and your hypotenuse. Okay, so the cosine of 30, that's how you make 3s nowadays, of 30.